Welcome to yet another bicycle safety video here in Bellingham, Washington. Here we are on Meridian heading south towards Broadway and downtown. When I'm on Meridian, which has no bicycle lanes, my philosophy is that if there's a bunch of parked cars, I will occupy the entire vehicle lane. If there's a long gap, as you saw before, I will pull over and ride against the shoulder. But around here where there's parked cars and a curb extension, I will stay in the main vehicle lane. Now here we are on State Street heading towards the roundabout. Another important thing I do is that ahead of the roundabout, as soon as these cars pass, I would get out of the bicycle lane and into the vehicle lane before approaching the roundabout. The vehicle lane will become a designated bicycle lane, and it's far safer to ride in this lane and not the bicycle lane on the shoulder to approach the roundabout, reminding you that vehicles inside the circle have the right of way. Here we are on State Street, a safe bicycle corridor between Bellingham and Fairhaven. Please note that the pedestrian is walking against the traffic. That is the correct thing to do as a pedestrian. Bicyclists must come to a complete stop at all stop signs and yield to pedestrians. I would like to point out that Washington State does not have the so-called Idaho stop law where you can just proceed through. If we're on a limited width trail, such as this one, it's the South Bay Trail at Boulevard Park, I dismount and walk the bicycle when there's a large number of pedestrians, especially children, in a confined trail as such as this. Here we are at the intersection of Bayview, 11th and State Street. Very convoluted intersection with heavy traffic and unpredictable drivers. I'm going to do what's called a Copenhagen left. I'm getting off the bicycle and I'm going to walk the bicycle on the sidewalk as a pedestrian. Now this is State Street South to your right. I'm going to cross that first. Coming up to this intersection, remember 11th Avenue is the one to the right, State Street is the one to your left, and I'm going to cross Bayview next. I'm still walking the bicycle. I'm going to make sure all traffic is stopped. There is a stop sign from Bayview to State Street and 11th. Now, this street here is the resumption of State Street. There is a pedestrian signal, which I am going to activate and wait until it's safe to cross State Street that goes to your left, remembering that is 11th Street. Once I cross this, I'm going to remount the bicycle and continue on. I'm going to briefly show you the flashing pedestrian signal, and I'm on my way. Once again, I've entered the vehicle lane, approaching the roundabout. This vehicle lane, as you shall see, is also a designated bicycle route. When I approach a roundabout, I slow down to be prepared to stop, as vehicles inside the circle have the right of way. You watch carefully. That car is going to go roundy in front of me. I yield to that car. That other car is going to yield to me since I'm in the circle. Now watch carefully. See that car? It's going right through a stop sign without stopping. That's why I need to ride defensively. Now here I'm in front of the community food co-op, and I'm going to demonstrate another Copenhagen left at a very busy intersection. I am walking my bicycle. I'm crossing Holly, but I want to make a left turn onto Holly. I'm going to wait for the pedestrian light that you see in front of me. It says walk. Make sure the cars are stopped. I'm walking across Holly Street. Now I'm going to turn left and wait for the light, and then walk across Forest Street along with those other pedestrians. Of course, waiting for the light to change. Here we go. I check for cross traffic. I walk the bicycle. Getting on the other side, I will mount the bicycle but not ride yet until all traffic is clear and the light that's behind me on Holly is red. That way I will have a clear lane with virtually no traffic until close to the time I reach the next intersection. I am riding in the center of the lane, beyond a car door's length away from the parked cars. Of course, bicyclists must wait for traffic signals and wait for pedestrians to finish crossing before proceeding, even with a green signal. Again, we're staying in the center of the vehicle lane. You don't want to weave in and out of the parked cars in a situation like this. Now watch closely. I'm pulling over because a police car is passing. Obviously, you must pull over for emergency vehicles. Furthermore, on the Pittock Bridge, the lane is very constricted and there's no way to pull over. You must occupy the lane on the bridge. However, you must pull over into the bicycle lane as soon as you can after the bridge. Here I'm on Broadway and Meridian. Now this left turn signal did sense me and turned. I must warn you, it can be flaky and it may not sense your bicycle on the loop detector. We're now headed north on Meridian. Interesting things I want to point out. We're at the intersection of Meridian, northbound, and Illinois. There are 3 lanes: right turn only, straight, and left turn. This is very dangerous because many bicyclists will wait in the right turn lane and shoot straight. That can be dangerous if I'm on my bicycle in the center lane wanting to go straight. And if I'm in the center lane, I have to watch out for bicyclists in the right-hand lane. Otherwise, as soon as I go straight, they may go straight and we could collide with each other. This is especially acute if there are cars impatiently waiting in that center lane. Here I am in the center lane, approaching and waiting for the light to change to green. Now let's assume there's a very impatient driver behind me. I pull forward, still blocking the driver. So my objective is to get to the right as much as possible to let the impatient drivers pass. However, if there's another bicyclist in that right lane going straight, we can collide. Now see that bicycle? No light, and he's wearing headphones. Now, what if he did not hear that police car? And what if that policeman, who has a lot on his mind, fails to see him because he has no light? And now here's my own light. It is a homemade lighting system, since I love to make things, and I do have a night vision problem. I need an unusually bright light. See the light turned on now, and you can see the tail light and how much light it puts out. This is the low setting, which I use about 95% of the time, and here's the high setting for dark country roads. Here's the tail light from about 250 feet away. Yes, I want to make sure that I am seen by cars behind me. So that's it. Please ride safely, and I hope to see you out there on the road.